What does an eclipse mean for you and transforming your life? Let's dig into it. My name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a trauma hypnotist and high performance mindset coach, and I help entrepreneurs just like you step out of the old cycles, break the old cycles of anxiety, overwhelm, and burnout so they can truly make the impact that they want while finding the finances and the time freedom that they desire as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you why we don't need to wait for a solar eclipse or a Saturn return or any other planetary alignments to make transformation, and where you need to start instead, what you need to do. You also, in this journey, need to regulate your nervous system. This is the number one piece that most entrepreneurs miss that keeps them stuck in a cycle of chaos and drama. So I have put together my 7-day nervous system reset. It's absolutely free. And in it, I'm going to share with you the exact exercises that I start my private clients with so that they can make massive transformation. All you have to do to get that reset is go to resetmysystem.com/reset or click the link in the description below. How we can use today's total solar eclipse, which is a new moon in Aries, to completely transform our life. Now, even if you don't believe in astrology, even if you're not super woo-woo, that's totally okay. You can still use today to transform your life because it is a Monday. People will often wait for a Monday, the first of the week, the first of the month, the first of the year to commit to making transformation. But today's lunar event, and even if you're listening to this way in the future and it's no longer eclipse day, whatever day it is, maybe you're listening to this on a Friday morning, you can still use today, wherever the moon happens to be, as an opportunity to change your life. Oftentimes we think that we have to wait for a special event or a significant event to change our life. But really what we have to do is just decide that we are sick of being where we're at. Now, there are two types of motivation that human beings have. We have our away from motivation, and we have our towards motivation. And our away from motivation is stimulated by pain. And pain for human beings is the greatest catalyst for change. The majority of you listening to this will not make any type of change until you hit rock bottom. That is just a fact. I'm going to give you some strategies that you can use to not wait until the bottom falls out from underneath you. And I know that sounds really pessimistic, but that's ultimately how human beings are wired, is that we wait until the pain of change seems less than the pain of staying the same. And for most people, the pain of change is more uncomfortable than the pain of staying the same, living paycheck to paycheck, not having the time that you want to spend with your family or to do the things that you want, knowing that you're not truly living up to your potential. All of those things, even though you're like, oh, that's uncomfortable, it's changing that is more uncomfortable for most people right where you are right now than staying the same. And it's because we're not wired as human beings to thrive. We are wired to survive. That, if we take our most innate programming, that's what we are wired to. Now, my personal belief as part of our human evolution and awakening is knowing, excuse me, that we can change our wiring and that we can rewire ourselves to seek out ways to thrive, to seek that inner peace and that joy and abundance instead of being stuck in survival mode all the time. So when you start to make change, the pain of that change comes up because it's unfamiliar. You're moving into unfamiliar territory. You're uncertain. And that's why most people default back to where they were before. The thing is that, again, until the pain of staying the same becomes so great that you're willing to navigate the pain and uncertainty of the unfamiliar, nothing will change. But we can create that pain without completely losing everything. And as somebody who has lost everything twice, I highly don't recommend waiting to lose everything. What I recommend doing is imagining what your life is going to be like, how painful it'll be to stay in the exact same situation that you are now. And let's be honest, you won't stay in the exact same situation. Things will get progressively worse if you don't make positive change. Imagine what that will feel like in 6 months from now, in a year from now, in 10 years from now, if you want. But we want to imagine how much pain we're going to be in if we just stay where we're at right now for another 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years. So the second time I lost everything, for those of you who don't know, I lost my work visa in Australia, which meant I had to move back to Canada. I had $3,000 to my name before I bought a car, which was $800, and put winter tires on it, which was $500, and paid $600 a month rent for my first month to live in a friend's unfinished basement. Excuse me. And even then, not really knowing what I was going to do, I had the motivation to get a couple coaching clients. But after I got a couple coaching clients and I knew I had the money in the bank to survive a couple months, the pain kind of wore away. The pain to take action. And it was like, oh, I need to get moving again. Otherwise, I'm going to be in this cycle. And this is what most people do, is they stay in the cycle of they take positive action until the pain disappears or starts to decrease. And then they stay there and fall back into old patterns until the pain comes back. And then they just go like this. And they're back and forth all the time. And they're never actually making forward progress. And so what I would do to artificially create the pain of what it would feel like if I stayed in this cycle of not taking action in my business, not building my business, is I would look up job ads. I'd go on to Seek or Indeed.com and I'd look at the job ads. And that was enough. Like I could feel my soul dying, imagining myself having to clock in at 9 o'clock, ask to take a coffee break, ask to take a lunch break, or wait for somebody to tell me that I could go eat my lunch. Right? Clock out for that, sit at a desk with artificial light and uncomfortable chairs in a little cubicle doing what somebody else wanted me to do. I would visualize myself doing that as I was looking at these job ads, and that would make me go, oh, that would create enough pain that I could take action for that day or that week. And so we can use today, because there's a lot of talk around the solar eclipse today, right? Like chaos, clarity, end of the world, the rapture, end of times, blah, 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 right? There's no limit of negative stuff that's being talked about for today. But the good news is that you can decide, I'm going to visualize how painful my life is going to feel in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever, if I make no change today, if I don't start today. And visualize that happening. And because our unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between fiction and reality, it will think those uncomfortable feelings, it will think are happening, is real. And it'll say, hell no, I got to get out of this. And it'll give you the confidence and the courage to start making change. So we can artificially create the pain to move us forward. We don't need a solar eclipse. We don't need a Monday. We don't need the first of the month. We don't need the first of the year to decide to make change. You can decide right now. Artificially create the pain, because pain is the greatest way to get us started. And then somewhere in that journey, we need to switch towards motivation. We need to picture a future that is so amazing and so inspiring that it pulls us to it. But it's the pain that's going to get us started. So you have a choice today. You can wait until you hit rock bottom, or you can decide to artificially create that pain in your mind and start taking action. My question for you is, what will you choose?
Thank you for joining us for this episode of The Cycle Breakers. This channel is dedicated to giving you the tools that you need to clear out the blocks holding you back so you can live the life that you desire. Now, before you go, as our special gift to you, we have our 7-day nervous system reset. These are the exact exercises that I give all of our clients in every single one of our programs to help them regulate their nervous system, to make that inner work and clearing out those mental blocks so much easier. The best part, it's absolutely free. Just click on the link in the description below and you'll get instant access.